Good afternoon. I thank the PCSI 22 organizers for this opportunity. My talk is made easier thanks to the excellent demonstrations we've had thus far, including Dr. Shobha's last talk. So, regarding newer hardware in ASD closure, we all know these conventional ASD occluders with the Amplatzer device, which in 1997 being the major change in the history of ASD device closures. And of late, there has been several changes, and even the bioresorbable devices had come, some of which, like the BioStar and BioTrack, are out of market. And regarding Trevisio, Amplatzer's Trevisio intravascular delivery system, it was brought out by the company in 2020, and we had case regarding this presented live, and the difference essentially is in the delivery cable. This is the Trevisio delivery cable, which differs from the conventional cable in that there are three parts for this cable. There is the ultra flexible tip, flexible transition section, and a stiff proximal section. And in fact, this is where it actually differs. The distal portion, there is the stiff part is not there, which permits it to move very well. And as already demonstrated in one of the live cases, the radio opaque marker is there, which helps in advancing the cable without fluoroscoping. And this is the difference in the alignment of the devices, the classic versus the Amplatzer Trevisio system. And this is how it will look like ex vivo. It was already demonstrated, and that is the position that permits the analysis of the final device position prior to unscrewing itself. So if you see, there is hardly any change in the device position in the Trevisio, which is on the right, as compared to the conventional on the left. So there is the angle is reported being between 22 to 43 degrees for a conventional device, while a Trevisio doesn't have that change. It is less than 5 degrees. Well, the advantage of the same is that it reduces the cable tension, permits assessment of the device position before release, and reduce fluoro time among new operators. But the flip side is that it does not give so much of tension. At the same time, making device deployment in complicated ASDs a little more challenging, because you do not have the tactile sensation as much as the conventional one. And this has been, the system has been employed outside the atrial septal device occlusion as well, like you see in VSD closure and in aortic pseudoaneurysms. And the other company which has brought about the change in their delivery system is from the LifeTech. The case which we saw right now is the Seraflex. In fact, as already mentioned, Seraflex was launched elsewhere in 2011, where they got the CE mark. It has been in vogue in Europe and elsewhere for a decade, but the DCGI approval was recent. And regarding the device, has already been discussed. We'll just tell little more things which will help in easy understanding. That is this is the entire system. One entire difference from conventional devices is that this comes as a preloaded device. In other words, the system, the entire pack will have the ASD device which is mounted onto the cable. So when you procure one device, it means you are procuring the device, the cable, and the full assembly. And the 360-degree pivot was excellently demonstrated by Dr. Shivamasa in the previous presentation. And this is the other difference, that is the absence of the distal hub, which is supposed to reduce the extent of thrombogenicity on the left heart. And we should also note that compared to conventional ASD occluders, the requirement for sheath size is 1 French higher, and for Seraflex, and the company provides it at 8 millimeter to 32 to 34 millimeter sizes. So it's not a device which is meant primarily for large defects. And this is a PDA occluder that, but the difference is essentially in the distal tip. So you can see how there is no screw. The difference in the Seraflex system is that there is no screw. The Trevisio is also a screwing mechanism, but the Seraflex is not a screwing mechanism. The distal tip, what holds the device together, is a nitinol wire. It's a nitinol wire that goes through the proximal end of the device, and that's how it happens during release. You while you press down on the unlocking on the safety button, which is orange to brown color, and you pull down on the blue one, the unlocking happens by pulling over the nitinol thread. And these are the two major landmark things that have happened in ASD hardware. But there are other devices which have come in market in India as well. I mentioned regarding that. One is from Merrill, that is the Floret ASD occluder. That has got DCG approval in 2015, and the devices are available from 6 millimeter to 42 millimeters. It is still not in use outside the country. And another Make in India product is from Rivap, that is the Oclonix ASD occluder, a Bangalore-based company which has got a DCD approval for ASD devices. It has also got devices up to 42 millimeters. Then coming to fenestrated ASD devices, that is another change which has happened over the last few years. Earlier, we had to customize fenestrations within the cath lab using various techniques. There are fenestrated ASD devices which are available at request. And one of the earlier companies to start off that was the Occlude Fenestrated ASD device, which used to give a chart of the size of the fenestration. Abbott gives a customized device at request, but it has stopped routine production because of US federal laws. Similarly, LifeTech also provides a customized device, but at request only. It takes between 10 days to 4 months for their for the delivery of their fenestrated device. And again, the fenestration size is 5 millimeter for smaller defects, for smaller devices, and for larger devices between 32 to 46 mm, they provide with an 8 millimeter fenestration. And something new in the market is, or undergoing research, is the bioresorbable ASD devices. This is the apps now bioresorbable device, which is under investigation from LifeTech. It has a double disc polylactic acid framework, and the membrane is sewn into 2 discs and a waist, and the sizes they are investigating are between 6 millimeter to 32 millimeter, and the radio opacity is using platinum iridium marks. And this has a locking and an unlocking system. Remember, it's a biodegradable system. And again, the system has got its unlocked and locked states. It's not yet ready for use, not yet marketed. The animal studies were completed, and there's a human trial ongoing, but the data that is available, it's published literature that's available, is currently not satisfactory for it to be used commercially, because there is significant residual flow which is detected at 1 year and 2 years after complete ASD closure. So because of the residual flow, this is not yet ready for use. The one which has made some headway of late is the Carag bioresorbable cephaloccluder from Switzerland, which is a lactic co-glycolic acid, PLGA framework, and it has platinum iridium markers. Distal tip is made of inox, which is cobalt chromium, and there's a marker in the proximal filament holder as well. This is how it looks on fluoroscopy, and this is how it looks on echocardiography. This is from Hossever's paper, which is published earlier this year. And their paper, they evaluated 17 patients with this Carag device, and the AC success was documented to be 100% on follow-up at 24 months, while PFO remained had residual flow in 50% at 24 months. So CARAG is one of the bioresorbable ones which has made headway so far. So thank you.